morning, everyone. How are you? I'm glad to be here with you this morning. I'm Anna Walker, also known as FELTit, and you usually see me creating with felt and fiber, but for the next several weeks and for the past several weeks, we've been having an internet create date with a daily art lesson Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. right here on Facebook. And today's lesson is a card. Let me see if I can get this with the, oh, there we go. We're going to make a card. Now, I'm hoping that you can see the letters the right way. If not, I'll tell you what we're writing on here. But it says, I'm a happy chick. Why? Says the other little chickie. It's spring. Ha! So we're going to make this right now. I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of copy paper. Can be white if you want. I chose yellow because I like that it's nice and bright and springy. And it's just a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, okay? Going to need some colored pencils. Going to need a couple of fine point markers, preferably permanent markers because they'll go over the colored pencil where we need it, and a medium point on a Sharpie marker. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to fold the card so that it will do our little springy motion here. See, this is just one sheet of paper and we've just folded it in a couple of places to make it smaller like that. So we need to make a mark, and I'm going to use a colored pencil that's really close to my yellow here to make my marks, because I need to come up on 3 inches on one side for one fold, and I need to come up 5 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a ruler, you're going to need it. You can eyeball this if you want to. It's nice for me that I've got this mat here. I know everybody doesn't have a mat that they can utilize, so just use your ruler to mark out the 5 inches on one side and 3 inches on the other side of the paper, okay? And then we're going to take, and you see the 5 inches is the larger part, so we're going to take and fold away from the front of the paper at that 5-inch mark. We're going to find our marking there, line it up, and then just run our fingers right to the other side, and that gives us our first fold. Then we're going to flip it over, and here's our second fold. This fold is going to fold up, so we need to open up our paper again, find our marking, and just sort of put a little bend in there, and then find where that bend is and fold it right down until we meet right there, and then do the same thing and just fold that down. And then when we go up like this, oh, I came too far. Shame on me. I need to do 4 inches on the bottom, so we need to go another inch. See, that's what happens in live videos. You catch yourself sometimes. I didn't measure well enough. Measure twice, fold once. All right, so we're going to come up 4. This isn't going to cause a problem. We'll just pretend that this fold isn't here. But that gives us our fold so we can do our spring up page, okay? So the next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to try and do this upside down. I'm going to put the finished product right down here so that I can kind of see it. First thing I want to do is draw out with the larger marker, the larger tip marker, my little word bubbles, because we can make those pretty much any size that we want. And this is just kind of a squiggly line with a little arrow on it. You see that? And then this one's a smaller one because it's a shorter word. All right, so that's the Chicky who's asking the question. That's the Chicky who says why. All right, that's our first part. Next, we want to take a white colored pencil and we want to color in the word bubble. Now, it's not going to make a really huge difference, but it will brighten up that word bubble so that we can see the letters just a little bit more. You see how the white just makes that pop out just a little bit more? So that's why we're using the white. And here's a good time where you can just scribble and cover up that area as best you can. And we're doing this before we use our fine markers to put the words in there, so that we can have those words be a little more bold, okay? And you can just, you know, swirly cover it however you want. We just need to cover that entire word bubble all the way across. You could use crayons for this, but crayons might cause a problem for the permanent markers when we write the words on top of the crayon. The colored pencil doesn't seem to cause too much of a trouble with that. So that's why I'm using colored pencils today. But if you don't have colored pencils and you've got crayons, absolutely use crayons. And if you don't have a yellow sheet of paper, use a white sheet of paper. It's not a problem. The yellow's just giving us a little bit extra, but a white sheet of paper will work just fine for this project. We don't need anything real special for this because we're adding all the specialness to it. Okay, so there's one word bubble. Pretty well done. I'm going to brush off the extra, and I'm going to come and I'm going to do the same thing for the other word bubble. And again, we're just putting this white on here so that the words can be a little more pronounced when we write them in there. It just helps look at more, I don't know, cartoony is really the word that comes to mind for me. Or comic book like. See, for me, I'm old, so cartoon and comic book kind of go together in my head. I know they're different, but in my head they're kind of the same. And then we'll brush off the excess. Okay, so you see how just adding that little bit of white in the background makes it stand up a little bit more. All right, so we have words to put in here. Again, I'm using the medium marker, and I'm going to attempt to do this upside down here. The first chick says, I'm a happy chick. So I, apostrophe, am a, and I put happy chick in all big letters, capital letters. And your handwriting is fine. I'm doing this upside down, so it can be any way you want. Now, chick. And exclamation points. Because this chick is really excited that he or she's a happy chick. But this chick's going, why? So W. H and Y. Whoa. I saved it. Whoo! All right, now we have our chick words done there. We'll go to the rest of it in a little bit, but right now we need, you see at the bottom of this, we've got the chicky feet here, and we've got some grass growing down here, and we've got our chicks up here. Well, let's do our chicks first, because our chicks are going to be right in here. And now is when we need our colored pencils. And I grabbed 3 different colors of yellow and orange to make my chicks. And again, can you see my chicks? They're really just kind of scribbly, because it makes them look like they're fuzzy and furry and feathery. So this is a really easy way to do this. I start with the darker color, and I'm just going to kind of make a circle going back and forth with little zigzaggies. And then I'm going to go in the center, and now I'll do the same thing for this chick. And I'm just doing little zigzaggies. See how that's working? Now I want to put another little layer on here so that it goes down a little further and goes out a little further. but we got to have room for a head up here, so I got to be careful. Just little zigzaggies going all around. All right, so we've got one head. It's just a smaller zigzaggy. Just a smaller zigzaggy circle here. But don't go all the way around, because that's where we're going to put the mouth, okay, the little beak coming out. And so we've got a smaller zigzaggy going around here. And again, we leave a little space. All right, one chick, two chick. Brush the edges off. And I'm going to take the medium color. I'm going to do the very same thing, okay? You guys can see that okay, I hope? And now I'm just going to take that second color. And I'm not worrying about doing the same lines. I'm just getting a second color on there so that we have a little bit of texture and interesting chickies to look at, okay? I've got my little twist up pencils, and sometimes I have to twist them up. But just do a second zigzaggy over the zigzag lines you already did in a second color. It's just fun zigzaggies. Okay, and now I'm going to come in with the yellow and do the very same thing. And this just makes us see lots of different shades and shadows to give our little chickies a lot more interest. Makes it look like, instead of, you know, just scribbly zigzags, that it's like feathers. And so that's why we're just doing this in the three colors. All right, so we've got our chicky bodies, okay? I'm done with these three pencils, and I'm done with the white too. We'll use these next, and we're not done with the medium marker. We're gonna need that again, but right now I want to work with these fine markers, okay? And I'm not sure. I might just need these two. I want to use an orange permanent marker, and I want to make just a V. And that's the one chickie's beak. And now I'm going to make another V for the other chickie's beak. See? Now they have beaks. Now they can talk. We're done with our orange marker. Now we need this darker marker. This is a really, really dark blue. You could use a black as well, but we need to put our little chicky eyes in here, and they're just making a black oval. Oh, and I'm not done with the white. I do need the white for one more thing. And we're going to give another oval over here and color that in. And we've got our chicky eyes done. I'm not done with this marker yet though. Can you see the eyes there? I'm going to make the eyes look a little bit more like eyes by just going around the oval with a little bit of my white marker, my white colored pencil, sorry, to make it look a little bright around the eyes. And you see how just adding that little bit of white there just sort of makes the eyes pop? Okay, so do you see these little dark scribblies around the outside? These really are scribbles. That's all they are. I'm going to use this darker marker that we used for the eyes, and I'm going to do just some scribblies to make us feel like the feathers of the chickies are poking out a little. And I'm not going over the entire area. I'm just making some scribblies all around, and I'm not worried if they stay in the same area where the colored pencil is. I'm just giving a little bit of extra texture to our drawing here. And you see, now it's just, those chickies are really just kind of popping out there, aren't they? So the next thing we need to do is we need to put the chicky feet in here. And we're going to use a brown marker for that. Now we're going to need our ruler again, or a straight edge of some sort. but I'm going to show you how to draw the Chicky feet first. And we need the brown marker. We're done with this one. We're done with the white colored pencil. Now we're going to use the brown marker. Now, we're going to make sure that the fold is nice and folded. And we're going to draw one leg, just a line, and another leg really close, just a line. And then we're going to draw a V with an extra side. A V with an extra side. And they don't have to be even. They can be thick or thin. We're going to move over to our other Chicky and do the same thing. We've got one leg and two legs. And we're starting on the top part and we're ending on the bottom part. And then we're just putting on a V with an extra leg. And a V with an extra leg. And those are our Chicky legs. But when we open it up, we have to connect our lines now. And that's where we need to have a straight edge or a ruler. I have a ruler right up here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to line up one leg, and I'm just going to go from one to the next. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other three legs. Just line it up and all the way to the top. See, now we have tall chick legs. So they'll just spring right up. Find our lines. Line them up as best we can, and then just draw that extension in there. Okay, now if you want, you can make these thicker, and just by going over it again and again, I'm going to leave them like this for now, and leave them skinny legs. Okay? The other part of what we need to do is write "It's spring" in the center. So I'm going to open this up just a little bit so I can see it a little easier. And again, I am going to try and write upside down. Wish me luck. So the joke is, I'm a happy chick. The other chick says, why? And we're going to say, it's spring. I'm going to use our medium marker again, our medium tip marker again. And I'm going to start this pretty close to the top. We're going to write I, T, and again, I'm using all capital letters here. S, and now we need another S. Now you can go in a straight line like I did here, or you could decide to be kind of wonky and stagger your letters if you wanted to. And because I went wonky back and forth, I'm not going to add the exclamation point, but you can do your letters however you want. So now we have, oh no, I got too long. What am I going to do about that? I could move these down, but then I have to change the legs. You know what? We're going to say goof ups are okay, and we're going to maybe put a little something here to cover it up, but I went too long. So again, live TV, live video, you know, it's not all perfect. I'll go back to this one here and show you that you want to make sure you know where it ends down here. But we can kind of hide that G because we still have some things to do down here at the bottom. You see how I added some green and then we had the flowers hiding in there? See how we had the green just showing up as the grass, and then when you open it up, oh, there are flowers there. That's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to take my green colored pencil. And again, it's a scribbly kind of day. Just do some scribbly bunches of grass here. And we're just putting some grass in here. Just wherever you want. You can make big ones, you can make little ones, We're just getting some green in here. It's a scribbly kind of day. And I like sometimes that we have projects that we don't have to be very particular about, because those are a lot more fun to me. All right, so now I want to look and I want to see which ones of these, and they're probably going to be the ones at the top. We might need a few more up here at the top to be our flowers so that our flowers can be hidden. Gotta twist my pencil up again and how about one right here. Okay, so we're going to do the ones at the top, and we're just going to put in a stem for a few of these. And I'm just extending one of the blades of grass so that it comes up. See, we cover it down there. It looks like it's just grass. We open it up. We've got flowers. We're done with the green. Now I have a light purple and I have a pink. And these are called cinnamon roll roses. That's what my friend Gail calls them. And they're really easy. It's another kind of scribble. You just take and like a cinnamon roll, you just sort of wonk it around. And just a little bit of a spiral. Doesn't matter if you overlap, if you get them crossing each other. It's just a matter of doing a wonky little color there. And just a little swirl. And these are called cinnamon roll roses. So I'm gonna give it a little shading with the purple, but not a lot because I'm gonna come in with the pink. All right, done with the purple. Now I'm gonna get the pink. And with the pink, I'm gonna swirl around too. And with the pink, I'm swirling a little faster because I want it to be more random. And there's our flowers. So we now have our card made. I'm a happy chick. Why? It's spring. What a perfect card to give anyone to help them be happy about spring coming and Easter coming this weekend. So again, make sure you know where your letters need to end, otherwise you'll end up with a G hanging out at the bottom. But here's our example here. Play around with the folding, see what works for you. And then there we go. And our chicks spring up when we say it's spring. I hope you've had fun with our card today. I hope you make lots of cards. I'm gonna flip the camera up here. I hope you make lots of cards today because this is an easy way to make a card and put it in the mail and send it to the people that are also at home being safe right now, and that way you can give them a little bit of sunshine and joy so that they can enjoy and celebrate this weekend over Easter. Now tomorrow's project, we're going to need an old sock. Hopefully it's a sock that lost its match, because we don't want to ruin a good pair of socks by turning it into a sock bunny. We're going to make a sock bunny tomorrow. All the supplies were listed this week at the beginning of the week. So go find a sock that doesn't have a match anymore, and we're going to turn it into a bunny tomorrow. And thank you for creating with me today. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have too. And if you want to know more about felting and my membership, the FELTit experience, come check out stabthingsintoexistence.com. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.